Ethereum Classic is currently at $82, $3 under my $85 level, which is where I am willing to buy ETC quite heavily. Now, I do want to take a look at the technical analysis and look at what our key levels are if we have more downside left or if we are going to bounce up to about the $100 mark. So I do want to take a look at that, as well as why the crypto market as a whole is selling off so hard today. And we do have a lot of downward pressure, so I think this is important to go over on this channel for anybody that is holding ETC or any other cryptocurrency. But first, make sure to tickle it, tap it, touch it, or smash the like button or whatever you want to call it. I don't care, but make it turn blue for me and consider subscribing to the channel if you want continuous crypto updates, as well as the stocks that we all love and invest in for the long term. With that being said, let's get into it. So part of the reason the cryptocurrency market as a whole is taking a hit today is one, like we already know, Elon tweeted that Tesla is no longer accepting Bitcoin for payments for their Teslas, but we also do have Binance being probed by the CFTC over whether U.S. residents made trades, and it says Binance Holdings, the largest cryptocurrency exchange, is being investigated by the Community Futures Trading Commission over concerns that it allowed Americans to place wagers that violated U.S. rules, according to people familiar with the matter. The FTC is seeking to determine whether Binance, which isn't registered with the agency, permitted U.S. residents to buy and sell derivatives that the regulator policies, said the people who asked not to be identified because the probe is confidential. Binance, which has an office in Singapore but says it lacks a single corporate headquarters, hasn't been accused of misconduct, and the investigation may not lead to an enforcement action. So these are basically rumors, you could say. They did launch an investigation, but they aren't claiming any guilty, negligent behavior here. So it's not quite sure how this is going to react. But as soon as that happened, like as soon as the news started to break earlier in the day when CNBC started to cover it, that's when you really seen this sell off at about 130. Even on Ethereum Classic, we hit a low of 14.64% for the day, or $79.94. And if we take a look at Binance Coin, they are down even worse. Well, they're bouncing a little bit, but they're still down 12.60%. And you can see from their massive rally, this is a quite big of a drop right here, going from about $662 to its current price of $561. So they just shed about $100 in value pretty much today, and this is a huge drop for Binance Coin. Let me know down below if you guys hold this coin and you want me to cover this more. As we can see, the volume is kind of crazy over the past like 2 months, but let me know down below if you guys want me to cover this. Now let's take a look at ETC technical analysis. Currently, ETC is sitting at $83.45 on Webull. On Robinhood, it says $82.65, but we broke under this critical support level of $85, and more or less the support level was around 90, but we fell sharply under this, and we are starting to bounce a little bit from our lows at about $79 today, but we only briefly hit that. Now where it gets interesting from here is we could either sell off really hard and flush, is what is called, to the downside, and just have a big candle going down and then consolidate somewhere around the $70 or $65 mark. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. That would put us back pretty much to the range where we really started to get some gas last time, going from about $30 to 60. So that's where our first 100% gainer came into play, was about this level. So I don't see us retesting where we first got some steam. I don't think enough people are going to be selling out right here. I do think more people are going to be willing to enter positions at this price, but this $85 level is going to be key. Now, my personal opinion here, and this is just me talking, once we do get through all this downward pressure, I think we will spike over $100 and hold this as a support level, because this is basically the median price where we started to rip up and where we hit one bottom right here, and where we really started to sell off. What was this, May 13th? So that was today, around $100 started to sell off. But I do think we will pop back up to that level as soon as the crypto market gets some gas. Then these are going to fly, guys. We were just at 190, now we are at $83, $82. There's absolute no real reason for this, and this can actually be seen as a good thing as far as Elon tweeting he's not going to use Bitcoin as accepted for payment for Teslas, because he cited that for each Bitcoin transaction, it uses about 700 kilowatt hours of power, and that will power your normal house for about 23 days. So he said he was looking for an alternative that is more power friendly, and Ethereum uses 1/7 the power per transaction that Bitcoin uses. So if he chooses to allow Ethereum to be used as a payment processing center, I do think he more than likely would let ETC as well, especially the more hype and attention that it does get, much the same as Dogecoin. But he has not obviously let Dogecoin be used as the payment. But I do think ETC is primed to benefit here once the downward pressure does go away. Now, as far as my buy heavy level under 85, I am watching it right now to put an order in. But if we do flush further into the day today, because it is down 14.52%, that is when I will want to strike in between the $65 and the $85 mark. I think this would be a phenomenal place to buy this. But as far as our next support level down from here, it's going to be about $77 and then our $65 mark. And really, we don't have too many definitive support levels, but that is just where we started to get a lot of volume coming in. That's where we started to get the push, and this is where we hit a major top and then started to rip up higher. And this is a good flatline medium basin where we were consolidating for quite a while. So I do think our next level that you should watch, and this is really where I would throw a lot in, is the $77 mark. I am going to buy some probably right now after this video, but I want to see what happens from here. If we get more downward pressure, then this could definitely come down to, like I said, about the $77 to $65 range. Anything under that is a hands down load the boat, just buy everything. And even 85 is still right now, but just depending on your risk tolerance, it could come down further from here. But I do think it will turn more bullish going into the future, and the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks will be good. Now, this is not a trade that you want to try to time a week or a month or something. This is something that you should hold until it gets to your certain price point within reason. So $1,000 is within reason on Ethereum Classic. That would put it at about a $120 billion market cap, $120 billion market cap. And that is definitely quite possible, considering other altcoins are, more than 5 times Ethereum Classic's total market cap right now. So I do think it looks good. We are obviously in a very bearish downtrend right now, given all the bad sentiment, but I do expect a bounce here, like I said, to about the $100 mark. That is going to wrap up this update. If there was anything else important as to why the crypto market is selling off so hard today, let me know down below in the comments. But like I said, just to reiterate, we could come down further right here, and $77 is a good level to enter a position or add down to your position. Anything under 85, I still stand on the $85 price point, but we do have the potential to come down here. So if you can get a better deal on more coins, that is always going to be a better option than just rushing into it. See what happens. If you have the potential to sit there and watch this like I am right now, that'll give you the best entry point to add to your position or start a position. So if you guys got anything useful out of the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, as well as hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all of these videos and the YouTube portfolio. When we get that started, I mean, the process is taking a long time to transfer the funds from my bank to this portfolio, but it will be done in the next couple of trading days. And until then, until next video, take care.